Hi guys, it's Ray with Ray's Turquoise Turtle. Today I am going to pour this family mold, Let's Resin. It's one of those deeper molds that stands up when it's done. So obviously you pour it backwards, like this will be the back. I am going to use alcohol inks. I have my resin mixed up. It said it takes about 8 ounces. So I mixed up 8 ounces. I used one of my new silicone stir sticks. These are great when you're done. Just wipe it off and it's perfectly clean. So that will help save on trash. So I have my 8 ounces mixed. I'm going to start by pouring a thin layer everywhere. And I'm going to use all like blues and teals, so give that a second to run around, fill in all the nooks and crannies. Sit down a minute. I'm just going to kind of tap the mold a little bit and try and make sure it gets in all the corners. I don't have a little pokey tool handy to, if you're worried about your corners, if you grab a stick with a point or whatever, you can make sure you have it all. But I am just going to, I have a whole bunch of colors pulled. I'm not going to use them all because I think I may try to ombre it a little bit through the greens and into the blues. So I have them all lined up by color. I'm going to uncap them all just so I'm ready to go with whichever one I choose. I think I put the white top on one of these blacks or one of these darker blues by accident before. This is one I dropped in the resin the other day. Yeah. There. It stuck a minute, so I'm going to go ahead and put the darkest color at the bottom. I'm not going to use any white, I don't think. I don't know, I might. I don't know if I want to use white or just let the color speak for itself. Now this lightest color is only going to end up in the F because the F is taller than the rest. So I'm just going to kind of alternate back and forth. I did warm my part A prior to mixing my resins, so it's pretty thin right now, pretty viscous. So you'll see probably quite a lot of movement. And then this is the last color. And the ink from the inks will help pop the bubbles in this. So I think I am going to go ahead and do a little bit of white and then another layer of color. So just to see if I can't push some of the color down. So same thing. And then I'm going to go in and put some more clear on top, which will probably move it quite a lot. But I'm not going to do another round of white. And last color down the center. So that's going to be it for color on this one. Put the white away. And I'm going to hopefully slowly. It's the problem with having it so viscous. So much movement. I don't want to push all the blue to the top or all of the greener to the bottom. And this 8 ounces is probably not going to fill this, and I don't think an extra ½ an ounce would have been enough. So, maybe. It's getting close on this end, so perhaps. Actually, yeah, it's not too bad. It's pretty close. And adding this clear in is moving the inks and blending them a little bit, which is fine because they are all in the same color family, and it's not going to look bad by any means. So this mold is a little bit not full, but if you've ever worked with inks in a mold like this and the amount of ink I just put in there, you sometimes get that rubbery gummy feeling on the back. I'll be able to come in and put a clear coat on the back of this if I need to, or a doming layer in or out of the mold, because it is a little bit short. It will climb the sides of the mold a tiny bit, which will allow me the room to do that. So I'm going to let this dry overnight, and then I will probably clear coat the back, and then I will come back and I'm not going to come on to clear coat the back. It's literally going to be just filling to the top with clear resin. Nothing fancy, nothing different. And then I will come back in and unmold it for you. Okay, so I ended up with some resin left over from another project I was working on, so I did end up filling the back of this last night with just clear, and now I'm going to try to get it out of the mold. This one does have some awkward spots to work around, I think. And it is not hard cured, so it is going to be soft in spots. I will get it laid out flat to finish curing. You can see how it's flexing. But I expected it to do that, so just because there is quite a bit of ink and quite a bit of resin. There, not so bad. But I will, you know, make sure it's flat to sit, and then let it cure flat. I'll clean up these little bits of overflow before I let it fully cure as well. But I think it came out beautiful. I love what the inks did in this one. Hopefully you can kind of see that. Pretty cool. I'm pleased with that for the first go around. So that's it for that one.